On January 30th, 2025, a prediction was made on social media by someone called Moose. First was Jonte, then was Rozier. Next, you'll hear about MB. And sure enough, 5 months later, Malik Beasley was under FBI investigation for illegal gambling. How the heck did this guy know months earlier? I mean, at the time, it felt kind of shaky, right? Like the investigation only mentioned one game for Beasley. January 31st, 2024, Sportsbook detected unusual betting patterns on under rebounds. Dude smashed the over. His line was 2.5 boards, he got 6. And if you watch the film, Beasley is fighting like hell for these boards. So maybe it was all a mistake. Plus, Shams reported a while back, Terry Rozier cleared from his wrongdoing. It's just a witch hunt. But then something weird happened. Turns out, Rozier is still under investigation. Shams was wrong. And that prediction tweet sure makes it look all connected. So we have to find out who this Moose person actually is and how he knew all this information months before the FBI. Well, it turns out somebody actually found the answers. His name is Tom Habistro. Worked at ESPN for 7 years, now he's got a Substack called The Finder. So Tom saw the Moose prediction go viral like a lot of people did after Beasley's scandal, and he went to investigate. Turns out that viral post was just a screenshot because the actual account has been deleted. Old Moose must have realized, it's kind of dumb to let the world know I knew about a crime that the FBI is investigating. So how do you track down a mystery with a deleted account? Well, luckily, someone had even more screenshots. A user named Lennon Steele had captured the entire thread right after it went live. So this Moose guy first posted a betting slip of Jonte Porter showing that he or somebody he knew won money betting on him. Not good. Then he quote tweeted himself with the famous prediction, but there's more. He then clarifies, there's another current player who's gonna have a report come out about them next. Won't say the name, but they play on the Pistons right now. Okay, side note, a Pistons player with the initials MB takes about 2 seconds to figure out, so Moose is not the sharpest tool. But a Pistons fan then hit back, you're lying, bro. Nah. Show me any amount of proof, bro. You don't know what he means to us. I can't yet. I'm sorry, but I gotta protect myself. Wow, there is a lot more to this story. So Beasley had just had his best season ever as the second best three-point shooter in the NBA. Now, he did years earlier get a 4-year, $60 million contract from the Timberwolves, but since then, dude's got problems. First, he walked up to a car full of innocent people outside his house in Minneapolis with a gun. Police raided his home, found weed and a stolen firearm. Then, after several trades, he could barely make the minimum. Being sued now for $8 million by his apartment building, his ex-agent, a firm that loans pro athletes money, his dentist, and even his barber. So Beasley has money problems despite that big contract. But how does Moose fit in? Well, back to those screenshots. Turns out the Jonte Porter betting slip is dated January 22nd against Memphis. Weird thing is, that game wasn't even part of the Jonte Porter gambling scheme. To recap, authorities found 2 games where Porter gave bettors inside info. January 26th, pulled himself out of a game in LA, and March 20th in Sacramento. Nothing to do with Memphis, okay? So you are telling me somebody was willing to bet $500 on a random G League player parlay? No, he knew something. And in FBI documents, Porter actually did text his betting partners during that Memphis game. He said he went back to get his eye checked on and he might not come back. Sure enough, the unders hit. So was Moose the guy that Porter was texting? Well, Habistro found a third account, a burner, and reached out over DM. And for some reason, the guy agreed to an interview on the phone. His name is Mustafa Moose Omar. And the obvious question, how did you know about Malik Beasley?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people in the basketball and the gambling space, so, you know, word does get around. I do have people that do know a lot about, you know, the gambling ring and NBA and stuff.
People who know about the gambling ring and the NBA and stuff? Who are those people? So when Moose realizes, wait, I shouldn't have said that, he changes his story.
This is something that was dug up from Reddit. I mean, everything that I found and I tweet about, I only tweet about it because I find it publicly first.
Okay, so you know people, or did you find this out on Reddit? Well, it turns out Habistro already knew the answer to all of this. Moose also runs a private Discord where screenshots got leaked. He was trying to start a meme coin, and in a post he said, "This next project is going to have people involved. They made so much money off a certain NBA gambling incident last season. They're facing trials, but they'll be involved in this." What? And one of those people might happen to be Moose's cousin named Omar Awade, a guy named in the Porter case by the FBI. So when Habistro confronts Moose with all of this information, pretty sure he regretted ever getting on the phone call.
Are you friends with, or do you know Omar Awade?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, because I saw that you're Facebook friends with Omar, and so I figured maybe that was somehow you were associated with him.
No.
Just no.
Dude is so busted. Now, I am not saying for sure that this is all connected, but it sure looks like Omar Awade was part of a gambling scheme that got Jonte Porter to manipulate his stats, and other NBA players were involved. In fact, when the Terry Rozier news came out, Sports Illustrated said Terry Rozier is under federal investigation for his performance in a 2023 game while a member of the Charlotte Hornets. His case is tied to Porter's. 3 independent sources familiar with the probes tell Sports Illustrated. So, did Porter, Rozier, and Beasley manipulate their stats for the same exact illegal gambling ring? Or did Moose happen to correctly predict Beasley would be roped in 5 months earlier by coincidence? Now, I can't say that this all definitely happened, but it sure looks suspicious. But to make sure that Moose had his story straight, Habistro asked him one more time about that Beasley post.
You did not get information on Malik Beasley from Omar Awade, who is part of the Porter case?
No. Like I said, I got it off of Reddit.
Do you have that Reddit forum that you got it from that you could show me?
I could probably find it.
Oh, and do you think that he went back and found the Reddit post? No. Immediately after the phone call, Moose deleted his burner X account, and then he went and deleted his Facebook profile instead. Kinda weird. So I'm not saying that Malik Beasley is definitely guilty here and part of the Porter gambling ring. At first, I was suspicious based on that one rebounds game, but now, thanks to some really great reporting, it looks really bad for Malik Beasley and Terry Rozier. But there's a lot going on in the NBA right now this offseason. I live in Houston, and I'm seeing these Kevin Durant billboards everywhere. At first, I wasn't sure about KD and H-Town, but now after seeing what the Rockets had to give up to get him, I'm starting to rethink how good they might actually be next year.